So I don't know if you guys saw this clip I'm about to play, but it's from about 5 months or so ago. And here, Nancy Highbrow Pelosi, son's Jake Tapper, after he mildly pushes her on a stimulus relief for the people. So take a look.
You and Senator Schumer made this major concession on the most recent legislation. You
it wasn't
made
a
it
concession.
Okay in this
no.
one.
It wasn't a concession.
No, well, I mean, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo.
I understand what Andrew Cuomo said, and I respect his perspective as an interim bill.
Yes. Was this a tactical mistake by you and Senator Schumer?
Just calm down. We will have state and local, and we will have it in a very significant way.
So as you can see, after she put baby Tapper in his place, Jake Tapper in his place, you know, he just folds and everything. Well, flash forward to now. I believe this clip came out about a week ago. Wolf fucking Blitzer, of all people, pushes her again because that was her 5 months ago saying, Jake Tapper, calm down. State and local is coming. It's coming. Okay, we're going to do another bill. Calm yourself. 5 months later, or damn near 6 months later, we still don't have fucking shit. So here's Wolf Blitzer pressuring her about this shit.
As you know, there are Americans who are being evicted from their homes. They can't pay the rent. Many Americans are waiting in food lines for the first time in their lives. Can you look them in the eye, Madam Speaker, and explain why you don't want to accept the president's latest stimulus offer?
Well, because, thank you very much, Wolf, and I hope you'll ask the same question of the Republicans about why they don't really want to meet the needs of the American people. But let me say to those people, because all of my colleagues, we represent these people. I have for over 30 years represented my constituents. I know what their needs are. I listen to them, and their needs are not addressed in the president's proposal. So when you say to me, why don't you accept theirs, why don't they accept ours? Our legislation is there to do three things primarily: to honor our workers, honor our heroes, our healthcare workers, our police and fire first responders, our teachers, our transportation, sanitation, food workers, the people who make our lives work. We couldn't be doing what we're doing without them. Many of them have risked their lives so that to save lives, and now they will lose their jobs because McConnell says let the states go bankrupt.
Excuse me for interrupting,
let the states go bankrupt.
Madam Speaker, but they really need the money right now, and even members of your own.
I understand that,
but even members of your own caucus. Even members of your own caucus, Madam Speaker, want to accept this deal. $1.8 trillion. Congressman Ro Khanna, for example. But let me just quote Ro Khanna, a man you know well. I assume you admire him. He's a Democrat. And he just said this. He said, people in need can't wait until February. $1.8 trillion is significant and more than twice the Obama stimulus. Make a deal. Put the ball in McConnell court. So what do you say to Ro Khanna?
What I say to you is, I don't know why you're always an apologist, and many of your colleagues apologists for the Republican position. Ro Khanna, that's nice. That isn't what we're going to do, and nobody's waiting till February. I want this very much now, because people need help now. But it's no use giving them a false thing just because the president wants to put a check with his name on it in the mail, that we should not be doing all we can to help people pay the rent, put food on the table, to enhance benefits, that they don't lose their jobs if they're state and local, we're talking about the consequences of a pandemic, the symptoms of a problem that the president refuses to address.
But you know,
and that is the coronavirus.
We know
that is
we
the
know
coronavirus.
the problem out there, but there are millions of Americans who have lost their jobs. They can't pay the rent. Their kids need the food.
That's right, and that's what we're trying to get done.
$1.8 trillion, and the president just tweeted, stimulus, go big or go home. He wants even more right now, so why not work out a deal with him, and don't let the perfect, as they say here in Washington, be the enemy of the good.
Well, I will not let the wrong be the enemy of the right.
What's wrong with $1.8 trillion?
Well, you know what? Do you have any idea what the difference is between the spending that they have in their bill and that we have in our bill? Do you realize that they have come back and said all these things for child tax credits and earned income tax credits or helping people who have lost their jobs are eliminated in their bill? Do you realize they pay no respect to the fact that child care is very important for people whose children cannot go to school because they're doing remote learning, and yet they minimize the need for child care, which is the threshold with which people, mothers and fathers, can go to work if they have that? Do you have any idea of how
that's precisely why, Madam Speaker,
short they're concerned?
That's why it's so important right now. Yesterday I spoke to Andrew Yang, who says the same thing. It's not everything you want,
but you know what?
There's a lot there.
Honest to God, you really, I can't get over it, because Andrew Yang, he's lovely. Ro Khanna, he's lovely. They are not negotiating this situation. They have no idea of the particulars. They have no idea of what the language is here. I didn't come over here to have, so you're the apologist for the Obama, excuse me. God forbid.
Madam Speaker, I'm not an apologist. Obama. I'm asking you serious questions because so many people are in desperate need right now. Let me ask you this. Okay. When was the last time?
Let me respond to you.
Let me ask you, when was the last time, Madam Speaker, when was the last time you spoke with the President about this?
I don't speak to the President. Speak with his representative.
Why not call him and say, Mr. President, let's work out a deal. It's not going to be everything you want, not going to be everything I want, but there are so many Americans right now who are in desperate need. Let's make a deal.
What makes me amused, if it weren't so sad, is how you all think that you know more about the suffering of the American people than those of us who are elected by them to represent them at that table. You evidently do not respect the chairman of the committees who wrote these bills.
I respect
and
all of you.
I wish you would respect the knowledge that goes into getting meeting the needs of the American people. But again, you've been on a jag defending the administration all this time with no knowledge of the difference between our two bills, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity to say that to you in person.
Right. Madam Speaker, these are incredibly difficult times right now, and we'll leave it on that note. Thank you so much for joining us.
We'll leave it on the note that you are not right on this, Wolf, and I hate to say that to you. But I feel confident about it, and I feel confident about my colleagues, and I feel confidence in my chairs.
And it's not about me. It's about millions of Americans who can't put food on the table, who can't pay the rent,
and we represent them. And we represent them. And we represent
these
them.
long food
and
lines
we represent
that we're seeing.
them.
I know
we
you
know
are.
Them.
I'm just saying.
We represent them, and we know them.
As we say.
We know them. We represent them.
Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good, as they say here in Washington.
It is nowhere near perfect.
Madam Speaker.
Always the case, but we're not even close to the good.
All right, let's see what happens, because every day is critically, critically important.
So I find it funny how, like, you know, they always talk about how Donald Trump, you know, shits on the media and the press and journalists and everything. But here Nancy Pelosi just goes full Donald Trump as soon as she gets asked a fucking question about why she's not offering relief to the American people. And honestly, everybody knows why she's not doing it. She's not doing it because she doesn't want anything that will help Donald Trump look good or add it to his favor for the election. That is why any other fucking reason she gives is bullshit. She's changed her reason for like 4 times. She was on the Sway podcast a while ago, not Sway, but it's a white woman named I forget what her name is, but the podcast is called Sway. She was on there giving completely different reasons, and then she was on Jake Tapper, months ago, giving different reasons. She was just on Joy Reid's show the other day, giving different reasons again. So it's like, oh, you don't really want to give him that shit because you think it's going to hurt Joe Biden, and it's like you're playing around with people's lives for political gain. But that's not surprising to me. This shouldn't be surprising to anybody. But I just find it funny how, they always lambaste Trump for all of this, coming at the media and everything, not respecting the sanctity of journalism. When as soon as Wolf Blitzer of all people, decides to actually get off his ass and do his fucking job, You know, she goes full Donald Trump on the guy. And it's like, he's completely right. Like, yo, there's food lines in this country again, like taking us back to Great Depression times. There's food lines in this country. Unemployment is swamped and overwhelmed. Like, and you guys are doing nothing. And here you have even Ro Khanna, like you said in this interview, Ro Khanna and Andrew Yang are like, take the deal. People in her party are like, take the fucking deal. Because guess what? Once you take the deal and put it in Mitch McConnell's court and the Senate Republicans' court, they're going to look like the assholes because, you know, another aspect of this story is the fact that Mitch McConnell is basically running around talking about, look, we'll make a deal agreeing with, you know, what we agree with on the Democrats on and everything else. We'll just leave it there.
Does your skinny bill contain another round of stimulus checks for all Americans?
No, it doesn't. But it does address an awful lot of things that we do agree on. And I don't think the fact that those checks are not a part of this package, as others have said, is a good argument for not doing what we are laying on the floor.
And all they agree on is giving more fucking handouts to Wall Street and giving nothing to people. Mitch McConnell's talking about putting a bill out that doesn't even put out $1,200 checks again. That's what Mitch McConnell's talking about. So Republicans are about to go full austerity. You know, Joe Biden wins. They're going to make it hard for him to pass stimulus and everything because austerity. That's dependent on how, you know, the Senate works out and everything, whether the Democrats get the Senate back again. We'll see. They're definitely, I don't think they're going to lose the House, but I don't know if they're going to flip the Senate. That's a different story. But yeah, Mitch McConnell, all the Republicans you guys fucking vote for are saying we're not giving you shit. And Donald Trump, he's talking about doubling Nancy Pelosi's 2.2. We're not doubling it, but going bigger than Pelosi's 2.2 trillion. Because right now, Steve Mnuchin's deal that he's putting out there is 1.8, I believe, or 1.9, something like that. Nancy Pelosi is holding out for that 2.2. Well, Trump is saying, look, I'll go bigger than your number, bitch. Like, I'll go bigger than you. Let's do it. But the Senate Republicans aren't going to do it. And again, to the Trump supporters, this is Donald Trump showing you how much of a fucking cuck he is. Because Donald Trump needs to get in Mitch McConnell's ass and say, hey, do your fucking job or I'm going to get you fucking out of there, bro. Because right now the Democrats have this corporate hack running against him, which I can honestly see. I could see her beating Mitch McConnell, but however, it's, you know, Mitch McConnell's Mitch McConnell. He's like he's like a fucking roach. He just doesn't go away with that weird potato head. But never goes away. But yeah, Donald Trump needs to get in their asses and tell them and whip them into shape. Basically say, hey, if you don't pass the stimulus, guess what? You're not going to have a career in Washington anymore. And Donald Trump can do that with his following. But you know why he's not going to do that? Because Donald Trump is a good little boy. He's a soldier. He's a company man, just like everybody else. LOL. So I don't know why I just said LOL. I feel so shallow right now. But yeah, but. And that's my whole thing. Like these people are playing political games and politically posturing while the country's fucking burning, and nobody in those circles care at all. They don't care. They don't really care. Donald Trump only wants to give you stimulus so he can stay in the White House. Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to give you stimulus so they can get Joe Biden in the White House. It's all fucking kabuki theater. It's all games. It's all a movie. You might as well go to the movie theater and see Tenet, which is a great movie, by the way. But you might as well go to the movie theater instead of just watching politics. Stop watching me. It's like, nah, don't stop watching me. But because I'm a narcissist, shallow guy who likes to sit in front of a camera and talk politics. But yeah, these people don't care about you, yo. And it's like, it's more evident now. That's why I'm like, people go in there and vote your conscience. If you want to vote for Trump, vote for Trump. I know my friend Aaron Skinner, who's going to be on the show soon, he's voted for JoJo Jorgensen, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. But he's voting for JoJo. I'm voting for Howie. I know some people in some states, because we don't have Jesse Ventura is not on the ballot here in my state, unfortunately, but I know he's on like 30 states ballots, I believe. Write in Jesse. Look into Jesse Ventura, you know, and everything. And of course, coming up, you got the People's Party movement coming up, you know, just look out for them. But again, I will reiterate, electoral politics is not going to be the silver bullet that saves us. Direct action, get out there, protest, strikes, pressure your politicians, call their offices, let them know you're struggling, you're hurting, and the people around you are struggling and hurting. Because that's how they got shit done during the Great Depression. Because they were going to let the country burn then, and we came out with pitchforks and they changed their fucking tune. So As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Emphasis on the comments. Go to the Facebook page, talk to me there. The Twitter page, talk to me, or down in these comments. Talk to me, talk to me. So thanks for tuning in, and peace. Easy.